Orange County, California. It is no surprise that so many people want to live here. It is without question one of the most spectacular places in the world to work, play, raise a family, and enjoy the good life. But buying a home is one of the most important financial decisions you will ever make, and purchasing a home in Orange County is no easy task. We have a surprisingly diverse housing stock here that runs the spectrum in architectural style and price. As such, it pays to have the services of an experienced realtor who knows the neighborhoods and what is available on the market to help you find a home you can afford that fulfills your desires. And once you find that home, it is essential to have a professional on your side to represent you in negotiations and act as your advisor through the process. But how do you find the right realtor? BizzyBee Loans wants to help. As a service to the visitors to its Orange County Home Loans blog, BizzyBee Loans will be conducting interviews of the top real estate professionals in Orange County. It is our hope that by viewing the videos of these interviews, you will be able to decide for yourself who you would like to retain as a realtor to assist you through the process of buying or selling a home in Orange County. Our first set of interviews will be of the members of one of the most successful real estate teams in the industry, the highly regarded Herman White Scarcelli Real Estate Group of Keller Williams Realty. This team consists of Len Herman, Scott White, and James Scarcelli. Today, we will be having a conversation with Len Herman, who can be reached at area code 949-362-5052. And now your host, Fred Ashley. Hello, I'm Fred Ashley, the president of BizzyBee Loans. I'm here today with Mr. Len Herman. Mr. Herman is with Keller Williams Realty. He's also one of the founding members of one of the most successful real estate groups in Orange County, the Herman White Scarcelli Realty Group. He is the current 2011 president of SoCal MLS. He sits on the board of directors of the Orange County Association of Realtors. He'll be the president-elect of the Orange County Association of Realtors in 2012. He'll be the president in 2013, and he currently also sits on the board of directors of the California Association of Realtors. Len, that's a lot of leadership.
I enjoy it, though. I like giving back to the real estate community.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you with me here today.
Thanks for having me, Fred.
Could you tell us a little bit about your background? I mean, how you came to be in Orange County and specifically came to work in the real estate industry?
Sure. I grew up in Philadelphia, graduated from Temple University with a business degree in computer science, worked for 20 to 25 years in the IT field, mostly in sales as the VP of Sales and Marketing for different software companies. Wound up getting transferred to Orange County in, I think it was about 99, and started to become unhappy with IT. I didn't feel like I was making a difference to people, and just fell in love with real estate. And I realized that if I worked in real estate, I'm working directly with a family and having a huge impact on their life, and that just lit me up.
Since 2001, was it that you first came?
Yeah, right around there, 2001, 2002 is when I started studying for the career.
A lot has happened in that time period. We've seen ups and downs in the real estate industry, and right now there's an awful lot of uncertainty out there as to what lies ahead. Can you at least give us a snapshot of where you see the market today?
Where I see the market today is we have a lot of distressed properties, short sales, foreclosures, REOs, which is real estate owned by the bank. But we have an absence of equity homes. So in the equity side, we have really a seller's marketplace. If somebody is to sell their home and they have equity in it, they can command a higher price than the short sales and the REOs, and they get more and better offers.
Why is that? Why would people be more interested in making an offer on an equity home than a short sale or an REO?
Great question. If you buy an equity home, you can have a normal escrow that closes in 30 to 45 days, where on the short sales, those transactions are taking a very long time. The banks are very slow at processing the short sales, and on average, they're taking 5 months to a year. And the buyers are just kind of running out of patience on that. And on the REO properties, yes, you can do them quickly, but you're buying a home where the seller has never lived in it, and you're not getting some of the information that you would get on a transfer disclosure statement from a home you're buying from a seller.
Now, could you give us some insights into what you attribute your success as a realtor to?
It's got to be listening to the client. The key thing to us is when a buyer comes to us, we sit down and we do a buyer consultation. And in that buyer consultation, we want to go very deep into what they're looking for in a home, why that's important to them, what they're dreaming of in the home. I really want them to close their eyes and just think about the house and what they want. And if they can describe it to us well enough, we can make the process of getting that house really simple without having to look at hundreds of homes. And usually within a week or two, we found them their home and they're ready to go.
Well, after you have, helped them find the home, what are the next steps?
The next steps, I think, are really where professionalism comes in. There's always surprises in the transaction, and you'll get back an inspection report that has items you didn't expect. You'll get back HOA information that you weren't expecting to get, or something on title. And I have a friend in the business whose license plate frame is, it's not the problem, it's how you react to it. And I think that's a critical attitude to have, is that not everything is the end of the world, and we need to look at the item, see what it is, and see if it's something that can be fixed, or is it a deal breaker for the buyer? And if it's a deal breaker, then it's time to move on, and that probably wasn't the right house for them.
I see. But it could also be, if you get this information, something to discuss with the seller. Is that right?
Absolutely. And oftentimes, if it's repairs that need to be made, the sellers will step up and do it, or we'll get a credit issued in the amount of what the repairs are. And what works so well for my team is through our network connections, we have a great network of people in place for every kind of repair we can imagine. And we can get estimates right away and have our buyers be informed as to what is the real scope of the problem.
Well, it sounds like you make life really easy for a buyer going through this process.
We do try.
Well, I'm sure that lends itself to success. Now, something else that you mentioned to me was the teamwork that you have working with Messrs. White and Scarselli. Could you explain how that benefits the client? I
am so fortunate to have Scott White and James Scarselli as my teammates. We were friends before we became teammates. I love the way they work. They have the same attention to detail and attention to the client that I have. We have great synergy between us. I can hand off part of an opportunity to Scott or James and know that that client is as well taken care of as if I were doing it myself, and vice versa. They can hand off a client to me, or to James to Scott, Scott to James, and everybody's just well taken care of.
Well, that sounds like you've got several people working for you if you're a buyer that's come to Mr. Len Herman.
Right. And it's even bigger than that, because within our team, we have our transaction coordinator, we have our short sale department, we have our broker. Our broker happens to be an attorney, so we get great advice from our broker, and we have our lender. So
that's a lot of teamwork and a lot of people working for you. Now, how does the MLS work into this picture? Because you're working with real estate agents and professionals throughout Orange County as well. Is that right?
Yes, I'm really proud to be involved with SoCal MLS. I think it's a fantastic organization, and it gives us some of the best tools in the industry. And I kind of get some of the tools maybe a little earlier than other people do because I'm evaluating certain things. And our clients can use these tools to see homes that they don't have to go drive out and see. And it allows them, in some instances, to eliminate properties that they don't have to go look at and eliminate later, with the caveat that they have to realize that most realtors are not great photographers. So sometimes you'll see a picture and the house doesn't look attractive, and that's where we'll step in and go, I've seen this house. Even though the pictures don't look very good, we need to go see it.
Well, that's something, because as someone who has looked at houses in the past myself, I've sometimes been discouraged from looking at a property just from the photographs. So, and I know that you're quite good at photography yourself.
It's my hobby. I love photography.
I see. Well, Len, I can see that someone who would be interested in buying a house would be very well represented by you, and it's been a pleasure talking with you here today.
Thanks, Fred.
For coming in.
Appreciate your time.
This has been a production of BizzyBee Loans in collaboration with the Herman White Scarcelli Real Estate Group of Keller Williams Realty. Take the first step towards owning your new home in Orange County. Call BizzyBee Loans at area code 877-962-4999 to get pre-qualified for your loan today. Goodbye, and please come back to view our future videos.